Hi and welcome into yet another LEETCODE challenge. So today we'll be solving an easy one, which is called add two promises. Given two promises, promise 1 and promise 2, return a promise. Promise 1 and promise 2 will both, return a new promise. Promise 1 and promise 2 will both resolve with a number. The return promise should resolve with the sum of the two numbers. So we have here an example that there will be some set timeouts which are resolving with, let's say, value 2 after 20 milliseconds and value 5 after 60 milliseconds, and we are returning 7 as it resolves to 2 and 5. Okay, so that makes sense. Let's code the solution. Alright, so we are back in the LeetCode console. I will be using JavaScript. There is also a TypeScript here, as it revolves around promises, which are JavaScript thing. That's why those two languages here are to be used. So let's think how we want to approach it. So we can use either, let's say, promise.all and then wait for the promise 1 and promise 2 to be resolved and add those two numbers. Or we can, let's say, await the first promise and the second promise and then add those numbers together. So let's say we would do the approach of promise.all. So we will do const num1, num2, because it returns us an array of resolved promises. So we will do promise.all, and here we will pass the array of the promises. So promise 1 and promise 2. And here at the end we will just add an await at the beginning. So this code and this line does this thing. We are passing to promise.all of an array of promises. So promise 1 and promise 2. We are awaiting this result, and then the result from promise 1 will be at the num1, and the result about promise 2 will be at the num2, and at the end let's just return num1 plus num2. So we were required to return a promise, but if the function is async, all the returning values, functions, or whatever are wrapped in the promise by default. So let's run it and see if it will work. Yeah, we have both cases accepted, and let's submit the whole suite. Yeah, and we are good. So this can be done in a multiple ways, as I already mentioned, but this is one of the possible solutions. So that will be all for today, and see ya in another video.